there, and welcome to the locker room. Coach Gigs here, and today's message, sowing and reaping. Sowing and reaping. We know this from a biblical point of view, but I want to talk to you about it in a very practical, day-to-day point of view. Listen to what one of the great philosophers said. He said, the secret to life is in controlling your mental states of mind. Too often, when things happen to us and around us, our initial response is not always the best one. Let's go back to 1929, the stock market crash. It's a fact. It wasn't the fact that companies were so insolvent and unable to perform. It was fear that had swept the country, that this what should have been a deep recession would bring us to such tragedy, and it did. The prevailing thoughts at that time brought us the Great Depression. All historians and all philosophers alike have agreed that if we changed our thoughts back then and responded better to what was going on, what was a depression would have been maybe a long recession, which we've certainly had several of those since the Great Depression, but we've not had any depressions, nor will we, as long as we sow the right seeds and as long as we have great leaders who give us hope. Let me read from my text here for a moment. Sowing and reaping will benefit you or hurt you. Example, if you have health problems and all you keep doing is thinking about those health problems and you're not sowing a good seed like eating better or doing some exercise, then you're going to reap the negativity of that situation. My father was a victim of this. My father smoked like crazy, 3 packs a day. And so my father smoked like a chimney. He did not exercise at all. And my father was a pretty upset, negative person. Well, my father had a stroke at 43 years of age and became permanently paralyzed for the rest of his life. And as I look at my father's life, I know that if it wasn't for the smoking, his thinking, and his attitude, my father would not have had that stroke. And so in the area of health, we see where sowing good seeds reaps a good harvest. In your careers, when you think positively about your career and you sow good seeds, like studying and becoming the very best that you can be, you're sowing good seeds for the future, you'll reap a good harvest in your career. With regards to your relationships, if you take the time to sow good seeds into your partner and really encourage, support, listen, be compassionate for them, then you'll reap a good harvest. They'll turn around and give you back more than you could ever expect or imagine. If it is in the area of raising your children, I have prided myself on making sure that I continue to let my daughter know that she can do and become anything she wants to do and become. I'm planting those type of seeds. I also let her know that, well, you can't just have it just by wishing it, though. You can't do it that way. You've got to do the work. So if you sow good seeds, Nicole, if you practice your tennis, if you get those lessons and you work really hard, you can make varsity tennis. And guess what? She made varsity tennis. I told her, Nicole, you got a lot of B's here. Don't you want A's? She says, well, yeah, Dad. I said, great. Well, then let's sow some good seeds. Let's study more. Let's get some tutors. Let's do our best to get better grades. And guess what? My daughter is now getting better grades, straight honors, honor roll. That's the message. Sowing and reaping. What are you sowing? That determines what you reap. That's the message today, gang. Keep it simple. Sow good seeds, reap a good harvest. Thanks for joining me in the locker room, gang, and we'll see you tomorrow. Take care. Bye-bye.
If you know someone you feel has a special story to tell or life to share, please email Eric directly and he will reach out to you and or this individual, even if you think this person is you. And by the way, if you've enjoyed and feel the Daily Locker Room has served as an inspiration in your life, why not share it with a friend by sending them the daily message?